Baby, let me give it to you. Whatever you need, I got it. You don't need to know anything. Just ask and I'll provide. Whatever you want, I got it, got it.
Hello. Welcome to Looking for Love, the show that's for Generation X relationships, where we mend the bridge between Generation X men and Generation X women so we can have healthy, happy, whole relationships. I'm your host, Trey Kearney. This is my co-host,
Lamar Hall.
We're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. Subscribe, share, and make sure you hit the bell for notifications. Lamar, how's your week been?
It's a good week, hump day. So this townhouse is kicking my butt, but it's a good thing. So just working. That's it.
Oh, okay.
How are you?
I'm good. Had some good interviews.
Yeah.
New You Nation Network, we moving on up. To the east side.
What's the one thing about Melba Moore that you learned interviewing her that you didn't know?
That she just a Jersey girl.
She from Jersey.
Around the way girl. Like it was really like talking to my big sister or my mom. It was like the interview was real cool because it was just us. She wasn't no diva. Because when you're dealing with people of that caliber, she's a Tony Award winner, right. 5-time Grammy nominated, been on Broadway, been around the biggest names in the business. You prepare yourself for a diva. Like, I know she's going to be stuffy or she's going to, have an attitude. Man, she was so cool. I was like, okay.
That's always dope. That's dope. That's dope when celebrities and rich people are cool.
Yeah.
Why would you not be cool? So
because people separate themselves from us, unfortunately, and treat us like, peons. But she was so cool, and I just enjoyed the whole interview. And we laughed. Out how me and you are. It was like, when you have chemistry with people, it's just natural. So we were just laughing and joking, and we just had a good time. So if you have not seen the video, the interview with Melba Moore, it is on New You Nation Network YouTube channel under Miss Melba Moore interview. Go check it out. Make sure you subscribe, share a message with her. She is a wealth of knowledge and a beautiful woman. So we're going to get started because our time always goes too fast. And if this is your first time here, we go by our segments. We go by what would you do? We answer our audience's viewer questions. And we are not doctors. We are not therapists. We are not responsible for your decisions, what you do, what you say. These are our opinions. This is nothing for us telling you what to do. So you're responsible. So that's our disclaimer. And then we go to our Let's Sip on It. That is our celebrity relationship news. And then we do our Beauty and the Beast segment. And then we do our final thoughts. So we're going to get on with this. So we're going to go to what would you do? And we would love for you guys to answer in the chat.
Yeah, let me get in the chat real quick.
Yes, we would love you guys to answer in the chat. And if you have any questions, we will answer your question live if you have a question. So do we want to start with the...
you know me, I always want the tough one first. That's the tone. I'm ready. Last week was hard to top, so let's go.
Okay. Oh no, I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Let me see. Do you know what Hak 2 is?
Yeah, well, I saw with the girl Hak 2. Yeah. Spit on that thing.
Oh yeah. Okay, we're gonna start with that.
Yeah, let's spit on that. Let's start on that. That
was the question. Do you know what Hak 2 is? So I had to go and research to see what they was talking about, right?
Yep.
This guy I've been dating for a while now recently started spitting on my vagina loudly. It really creeped me out. I asked him what's up with that, and he said he enjoys Hak 2. I said, what? He then explains it's spitting on me. That was the last time I saw him. He sent me this angry text message stating he's down there anyway, and his spit is there, so what's the problem? I never answered. Of course it is. It's in your mouth. But when you are spitting on me on purpose, I have a problem with that. Am I wrong?
Yeah, she's wrong.
No,
she's wrong. She's wrong.
Here you go.
She's wrong. I mean, it's men are visual, so it's one of those things where when you see it in porn and stuff like that. So you just, I don't know, when you get with somebody, you just do those type of things. I've done it. I don't do it all the time, but it's
You
not
hot too and loud, like hot.
yeah,
Clearly.
I get
No.
all you know, sometimes you like to pull off of it and spit and let it dribble.
No.
Some women like to see that. They're like, ooh, yeah, that's
Oh
nice.
no. That's the midnight conversation. Lord, we might have to go to midnight. That's around these folks. These people is doing too much. My nerves is bad.
So is she offended by the spit?
Yeah. And the fact that you want to spit on me loud. Listen, this is what I'm gonna say. I know, again, like she said, I know you're down there and it's spit in your mouth, of course, because your mouth has spit in it. But if your mouth didn't have spit in it, we would be cool with you going down there without no spit, because we just want the pleasure. We don't want but you want to loudly spit on me? Like, I don't even spit is like, I don't like spit. I don't like people spitting on me. Like,
you can't look at it like that. He's not spitting on you per se.
He really is. There's a difference between licking on me and spitting on me.
Well, maybe he wouldn't have to spit on it if her vagina wasn't dry.
No, he just said he enjoys spitting. Why I gotta be her? Listen, sis. Okay, so no, you're not wrong. And I'm just saying this. And he's not wrong. Y'all are just not meant to be together. Because he can find a woman that don't mind hot too. But no, don't let me hear. Right. Marissa said, that's what I'm saying. Don't let me hear.
It's
what?
I don't understand when you get a guy who's into you, who's doing things, and you find a way to self-sabotage your relationship. This is something this is not, if we had to rank problems from 1 to 10, this would not be number 1 at all. So
it's a high 7 for me.
Okay, 7 out of, if it's a 7, one is you can't stand it. 7, okay, you could. Okay,
oh no, so I'm sorry, I'm gonna go to. I thought 1.
One is hey, is bad. 10 is
okay. I'm a 3.
Okay, okay. Let's just.
I'm a low 3 on that. Like,
there's so many other things that could be wrong in a relationship than a guy spitting all over your vagina. It's just
that's so much. Like, listen, okay. This is why we have these conversations here, so that, because we can really have these conversations when we're dating, like when we're vetting people, because like I said, he's not wrong for what he wants, but she's not wrong if it's over the top for her. So sometimes we're not sexually compatible, and that's when we do have to walk away. It's no sense in wasting each other's time if that is a problem for her. If you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. I'm Trey Kearney. This is my co-host, Lamar Hall, and we are doing our segment, What Would You Do?, where we answer our viewers' questions. And a woman has written in and said that her man likes to hop too, which is to loudly spit on her vagina. And it was the last time she spoke to him because she's not okay with that.
What would be equivalent to a woman doing something to a man? Like,
I'm not hop tooing on you. So let's reverse the roles.
Yeah, spit all on that thing. I want to see it dribble.
No.
I want to see it dribble from your mouth and you suck it back up.
No.
Hey, don't play with that microphone. Speak into it loudly.
No, I'm telling you, it's a difference. Hey, we're not answering these questions. We got to put this on midnight from now on. There's a difference. I hate that I got to say this out loud, but this is the show, Looking for Love. And we said we would answer our viewers' questions. So here we are. There's a difference between sucking and spitting on you. I don't mind the sucking. And I don't mean that for everybody. I mean for my husband. Like, okay, let's see now. See how that came?
Yeah. You got your disclaimer. Okay.
Now I'm going to have people inboxing me. Lord Jesus, help us. Come on. Listen. So this is the real answer. Everybody's not sexually compatible. There are some things that people do that is okay with them. And then you have to have these conversations. So she's at a fork in the road where this is not okay with her. And he will go somewhere and find a woman that don't mind hop too, because there's some women that probably don't mind that.
I think he can dial back the hot two in and they can save the relationship. I mean, just let it be, just make it wet. Just gather the spit in your mouth and just quietly spit on it if that's what you like doing. I mean,
it's too much.
I'm just saying, I watched a podcast one time and the chick told Kodak Black, if a woman ain't giving you head and your butt crack ain't wet, she doing it wrong.
Oh, no. Oh, Lord. Help me.
I just say it.
Help me. No. We can go to the next question. But here we go. The answer is to each his own. To each his own. If you don't like something, you get to walk away, right? And you can find somebody that likes what you like. And I could find somebody that's okay with me saying, I don't want it all messy down there. Like, keep it together. I don't need the whole bed to be wet. And
put a towel under you.
Everybody has their preferences. I don't need the bed to be all wet. Like, I don't need all of that and everything like that. Just everybody has their preferences. So we're gonna go to the next question. If you just came in, you got to go back and watch because we ain't gonna explain what we're talking about. Because we told these people that we would answer their questions. So
they got to know. I mean, these are legit questions.
Here's our next question.
Mm-hmm.
My wife plays with her toys more than she plays with me. I'm basically in a sexless marriage, and she complains about the change of life. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, menopause.
Oh.
She shuts me down on a regular basis when it comes to sex, complains about moisture, and says her doctor says her libido is low, and that is normal during her age. I put cameras in the house because I honestly thought she was having an affair, only to find out she is with a bunch of damn sex toys. I confronted her, and she's more concerned about how I found out what she's doing instead of being accountable for denying me sex. She has plenty of toys and lubricants. Her libido isn't low. She's doing this on a regular or won't do it with me. What should I do?
That is a pickle to be in because women today, these toys are addictive. It is the same thing if a man is watching porn and masturbating all the time. It will take you harder to climax. You should not be using toys every day, 2 times, 3 times a week. That should not be your go-to. You have to learn how to stimulate yourself mentally and with your own physical hands because you're using toys. And it's impossible for a man to duplicate that. Now, what I would say is introduce the toys into the bedroom. If she likes the toys, then bring them into the bedroom and you use the toys on her. But if she's doing this and you're not present, then you guys got to have another conversation. I went through something similar and it just, there's really it's no good way to reach that person to make them understand they have to slow down on that stuff. But it's not good. It's definitely, it's not good. They have to sit down and have a conversation, but it starts first with her. She's got to stop using the toys. It's too much.
I don't think the toys is the problem. I think the problem is she lied to her husband and said, I'm going through menopause and I'm having problems with moisture and I'm having problems. My libido is low. If your libido is low, you're not interested in any type of stimulation. Like if your libido is low and your vagina is dry, then you just cutting everything off. You just don't want to have sex with your husband. And brother, I hate to say this to you. I don't know why she's not attracted to you anymore. I don't know why a woman would ever want to go to a toy when she has a willing man laying next to her. So that is a major problem. There's a total disconnect between you and your wife that she would rather go to toys and unfortunately, listen, y'all got a lot going on because you put cameras in the house. So that's a whole nother issue going on because you thought your wife, and rightfully so, you thought she'd have an affair, but to have to put cameras in your house instead of being able to have a real conversation. And clearly when she said she was going through the change of life and her libido was low and she was having problems with moisture, clearly you didn't believe her because you put cameras in the house. So you knew that she was getting her jollies off somehow. So for me, the bigger question is, why is she not attracted to you anymore? And this is the question I want to ask you as a sister or an auntie, or maybe a sister or auntie. Has something physically changed about you, right? Like, are you treating her nice? Because we don't know her side of the story of why she's checked out from you, but she still is interested in pleasure. Because most women who are going through menopause and they're having those type of issues, like there's other things that go on down there, like your vagina skin gets thin, so it gets irritated quickly and different stuff. Those women who are really going through menopause and their libido is low, they're not jacking off with toys. They're not going somewhere when you're not home and putting on lubricant and taking care of themselves when they can put on lubricant and be taken care of by you. So the bigger issue is she does not want you. So you need to find out what the breach is in the relationship and why she doesn't want to be intimate with you anymore.
Well, sometimes with toys is that you can get to the climax faster. You know, when you have intercourse with your partner, it's a whole ordeal. You know, it's the foreplay, it's everything into that. The toy, it's wham bam, thank you, man, put you in a drawer. And that's probably what she's wanting, is the convenience of it, not really wanting to go through the sex part. But like you said, something's not allowing her to crave him. So
right. And again, even if it is, you know, when we get to a point now, because we're older. So if you just tuned in, you're tuned in to Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have adult Generation X and beyond conversations. So we're not talking about young people. We're talking about older people. So when you are dealing with different things, we know that, I know most men and women at our age knows that we're not going to be going for 2 or 3 hours. We all know that. And the women, we like, yo, dude, we good over here. You don't got, your stroke is good. You did 30 minutes. Okay. Chill. You don't have to prove nothing to me. I already know. But even if that's the case, you don't want it to be long, you can, like you said, incorporate the toys with your man. Like, you don't have to go somewhere in the closet and be and leave it out, because you're going to lead your husband down the path of cheating. And there are a lot of men who are cheating. And on here, we are never condoning any type of cheating or any type of betrayal. But there are a lot of men who are cheating because they are being denied sex at home for years on end. And menopause is not an excuse to not be intimate with your husband ever. I don't care what anybody says. If you guys are going through menopause, there are other things that you can do for your husband. We talked about this before. There are hands, there are mouths, and there are other parts and other things that you can use to satisfy your man. So don't tell me that your vagina is dry or the skin on your vagina is thin, because you don't always have to use your vagina. And vice versa for men. If old Johnny boy ain't standing up like he used to, buy your wife, take her to the toy store and say, hey, pick one so I could put it in you and we could be together and enjoy this together. Because women are getting dry and thin down there, and men are getting soft and mushy down there. So we have to come to a happy medium and work with each other. So you can't tell me I have ED, erectile dysfunction, and I can't tell you I'm going through menopause, because there's no excuse to deny your spouse intimacy ever. I don't care who told you that, your doctor, it ain't no excuse. You better use your hand on me. He better use his hand on you, or your mouth, or whatever.
I like to ask her, if the shoe was on the other foot and he was masturbating and watching porn all the time and wasn't touching you, how would you feel?
Woo! Don't start nothing.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I always try to take look at both parties' eyes, and I can guarantee you she would not be cool with that. So,
woo! All right, that was good. Tell him again. Ask her if the shoe was on the other foot.
Yeah, if you caught me masturbating and watching porn and I wasn't touching you and doing anything and you were craving me, how would you feel?
Well, Dr. Lamar has spoken. This is your first time here. He's not really a doctor, so don't come back and tell nobody. Don't run back and tell nobody. Better
Right.
Love Movement said, no lies told. That's right. We really got to deal with this. So let me go to our sponsor for the week. We have a sponsor for the week that gave me the shirt, and they're looking to make you one. And this is the shirt. It says loyalty is when you have my back behind my back.
Ah, okay.
It is sponsored by Jazzy Expressions, and
Okay.
you can reach them at Jazzy JAZZEEXPRESSION at gmail.com, or you can contact Deborah if you want some shirts made at 804-683-5192. So this episode is sponsored by Jazzy Expressions. Thank you, Jazzy Expressions. We really appreciate you. Loyalty is when you have my back behind my back.
True.
That's what I'm talking about. So we're going to get to our next question. You ready?
Yep.
These people ask these questions because of you, Lamar. I'm sick. I'm sick of you in your mouth. I'm sick of you.
Let's go.
Let's get to this next one.
What's going on?
I watch you guys every week.
Thank you.
Last week we spoke about fetishes and golden showers. I love to sleep with my wife during that time of month. She used to do it to please me, but now she stopped. I love that feeling and I miss it. I've asked several times and been rejected. I went online and found a site where women do this. I'm seriously consider stepping out. My wife is 47 and soon this won't even be an option. I would do anything for her. I'm frustrated. Any suggestions?
It goes back to those fetishes, man. Y'all gotta create this safe space for your partner, man or a woman, that they feel free, that they can trust you with their fetishes. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to indulge in it, but at least hear them out. If you've done it before, I don't know. I mean, everybody has their fetish. I'm not gonna say what's wrong with your fetish, but I personally stay away. It's like that's the time. I don't.
That's my personal time of the month. I don't even want to be with me. I don't even want to touch me at that time of month. Right. I don't even want to, all of that. No.
And that's the way that it was explained. It's like, women don't feel good about themselves. They don't feel sexy. They don't, it's a whole lot of other things going on. And you just selfishly wanting that time. Now, I do know that towards the end of it, women, their hormones start to ramp up and they tend to be hornier. That might be your opportunity. Just wait. Be the spider in the web and wait for your opportunity, my man. Don't when she's horny, she'll come to you. If it just so happens to line up, then take the opportunity. But don't put that pressure on her she has to do it during that time period.
Be the spider in the web. I can't with you. Listen, who taught you this stuff? Listen, let me say this to him. This is my one concern. Because he made a very good point that my wife is 47 and soon this won't be an option. Because once she goes through menopause, she won't get a period anymore. So if you don't have that option and you on sites looking for women who sleep with men on their period, what are you going to do when she no longer has a period? So are you going to creep on your wife because her body has changed through menopause and she's no longer having a cycle? And you enjoy this. So you have to ask yourself some real questions. There's some things that you're going to have to compromise. And there's some things that you're going to have to sacrifice. And you don't know as a man, as we get older, because unfortunately I still get mine. I'm telling all y'all my business, but I'll be 55.
It sounds like you're ready to be gone.
Yes. Lord, all my friends, they like, what? You still, listen. They like, don't be sleeping with nobody. You still could get pregnant. Oh, Lord have mercy. Please don't speak that over my life. I already had a 39 baby out of an old egg. I still got a 15-year-old running around. I'm the old mother at the parent-teacher conferences. There's the young women in there, and the millennials are looking at me like, oh, are you his grandmama? And I'm like, his mother. So what? I spun the block. Mind your business. But anyway, during that time, as we get older, there's cramping and different things that are going on. I don't think that she necessarily is rejecting you because of anything else, if she was doing it before. Because he said she used to do it to please him. So one, you should take that into consideration, because I would never. Like, I'm like, no, I don't want to do that, you know, and I'm willing to try. I'm a trisexual. I'll try anything once. And if it ain't pleasing to me, I'm not doing it no more. But I'll try, because I'm not gonna knock something before I try it. But what we're not gonna do is make me uncomfortable based on the decision that I'm making now as a 47-year-old woman, and my body is changing. And maybe he needs to hear this. So let me just say it, because we talking grown. Maybe like our body odor changes sometimes. So it may be a smell now that wasn't there before. Like it may be heavier now. Like she may be experiencing fibroids. So you going out on your relationship right now, knowing that your wife is 47 and this may be gone soon, speaks volumes about the fact that you are in this for the wrong reason, and your marriage is already compromised, because this is not a necessity. This is a want of yours. And
that's what I was going to say. Nothing should be that big of a fetish that you're willing to step out.
Right.
That's I don't know. It's just, I know. I think he just needs to reel it back in and just wait, because if he's patient, it may come back around. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's not a deal breaker in a relationship, and it's definitely not a reason to go step out.
And let me say this to women. Let me just say this to women too. This is like serious business, and I want women to hear this. Don't start something, right, and do it on a regular basis that you don't plan on doing. Like I said, you want to try something once and then tell the person, listen, I tried it, I don't like it. But don't sacrifice or compromise your character or your morals or the way it makes you feel just to please somebody else, because that person is going to expect that. It's like a woman that gets a man because she cook every day, right? She ropes this man in, and she cooking these gourmet meals. I'm cooking. And then once she gets him, she don't cook no more. You tell that man from the beginning, let me tell you this, I don't cook. I cook twice a week. If that's good for you, that's good for me. But I don't be cooking like that. But don't cook for him all the times when y'all dating and when y'all first get married to pull the plug when you got him. So ladies, if there's something that's a no for you, make it a no from the beginning.
I mean, women do it all the time in sex. I mean, you start out, starting out 4 or 5 times a week, and then you get serious, and it's two or 3 times a week, and then you get married, and it's 1 time a week.
Well, this is, men have the right to leave. And I'm not saying that to destroy marriages. I'm just saying, don't be a false read. Because if your man was paying bills when he first came in the door, and then he got you in there and y'all was all happy and he was paying everything, and then like 2 or 3 years into the marriage, he says, you need to start paying half now. You'll be like, excuse me?
There you go.
You need to start paying your half now. This ain't fun for me like it used to be.
Yeah, there you
talking crazy. I decided I'm not gonna pay the whole mortgage. You'll be like, what? So you can't go into things and stop doing the things that you used to do. And I know we're gonna slow down as we get older, but you can't just neglect somebody if something that you presented to them that this is going to be a thing for us. Like we're going to do this. And then you just like, now that I got you, we 3 years in it, go do it yourself. So
I get it.
That's not what we're doing. So we can do one more question, because we're at 9:30 and we want to get, okay, one more question. Let's see. We got 2 of them on here. Okay, we might get to the other one. I beat the woman up.
What? What? What the hell are we? What are we? Man, I'm lost.
Okay. Whew. I beat the woman up that was sleeping with my husband. Not because I was fighting over him, but because the level of disrespect this woman had, not only for me, but for my 2 daughters. She knew about our family. When he was trying to break it off, she threatened to tell me. He finally told me. When we decided to work it out and he gave me access to everything, his phone, email, and social media, she was still reaching out to him. I confronted her in person with him And to her face, he told her, I want to be with my family. She proceeded to pressure him and stalk us. So I beat her ass. She had the nerve to press charges. Am I wrong? Nope.
Well, I don't see that you're wrong, but what's a lot of drama?
What they say, FAFO, FAFFO. F around and find out.
Yeah,
You cannot, nowadays, you cannot be messing with people's people. You can't mess with people's wives, and you can't mess with people's husbands. It is a dangerous game to play with people's families because, listen, he wrong as two left shoes for whatever he did. But when he decided that I don't want to do this anymore, people have affairs. Let's just say most relationships are going to, if it's your first marriage, most relationships are going to experience some sort of cheating and affair. But people want to stay together, but cheating is a symptom of a bigger problem. So let me let the side chicks hear this. You just a Band-Aid. Cheating is a symptom of a bigger problem. So if the problem is he's not getting what he needs at home sexually, you're a Band-Aid. He does not want you. He wants sex from you, right? If he is not getting emotionally stimulated by his wife anymore, like some men marry women because it's their homie, and that connection gets broken, and they get with a woman on a job and she becomes his homie, and the wife is at home and she dealing with the kids, life starts to happen. So side chicks, men come, they get you, they don't want you. And then wifey steps up and says, babe, we're going to work this out. Let's work this out. What's the problem? Let's go to therapy. Let's go to counseling. And you still text him when he said to you, I want to be with my wife. We working this out. You needed it. We don't promote violence, so I'm looking for love. But F around and find out is a real thing.
Popeye's 2 pieces served up.
Listen, I will never fight for a man, but I agree with her. Your level of disrespect for my family, and you knew when I had a conversation. Those are chicks that I'll be like, yo, hold up. I had a conversation with you. I don't care what he said. I had a conversation with you, woman to woman, right. And you want to be disrespectful to man you know about me? I don't even care about him at this point. He could go.
Right.
But you, yep, I'll meet you outside because you need to learn a lesson because maybe your mama didn't teach you. But stay away from other people's husbands, especially when they come and have a conversation with you and say, I understand, my husband stepped out. But now everything's open. We're working it out. So leave us alone. And then I go in his email or his phone and he like, what do you want me to do?
I mean, there's a button called block.
Right. There's a button called block, but women are.
But listen, I mean, if you make it difficult for that woman to do these things, then, I mean, warranted, the ass whooping was coming. But
Oh, yeah, she needed that. And she said she proceeded to pressure him and stalk us. Oh, no, what you not going to do?
That guy's life is not good. I don't care how much they try to mend it. He's getting some backlash.
I'm sure. And like she said, I ain't even fighting for it over him. So I know she giving him hell and hot water now.
Yeah, he's catching hell behind closed doors. So.
Shoot, he getting dirty fish grease.
Damn.
Yeah, listen. Oh no, I know.
One eye open.
Yeah, one eye open, but leave him alone. Let me say this to the side chicks. When a man just tells you to leave him alone and he goes and tells his wife, because side chicks really be like, I'm going to tell your wife. So a lot of men be like, and then they got to go tell their wife because they like, I don't want to be bothered with you no more. I'm going to go tell your wife. I'm going to tell your wife we had an affair. Like, side chicks is ruthless nowadays. They not like the side chicks with Pop-Up and my mom and Medea. The side chick stayed on the other side of town, minded her business. You never knew about these side chicks nowadays. They will come, they'll knock on your door and you will F around and find out. So, no, you're not wrong, but we don't promote violence. We don't promote violence, but you're not wrong. So, If you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have a question, you can go to info@newunationnetwork.com, info@newunationnetwork.com, and shoot us over an email with your question, or you could DM us either way, or you could send a message on YouTube. So if you're enjoying this and you're on YouTube right now, you can hit a superstar for us. Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you share. That is the way that we grow this community. So we're going to go to you want to go to one more question, or you want to?
Yeah, do one more question. We got time.
So this was from a guy that really likes you, Lamar, as a dude. Not like that. Uh-oh, here he comes. If it is acceptable for a beautiful woman to use her looks and charm to attract a high-value man, shouldn't it be acceptable for a handsome man to use his looks and charm to attract a high-value woman?
Well, I think high-value men know that they have options. So, and I think where the disconnect is that most women that want this small select group of men don't really understand that they have those options until you really sit down and talk to this man. So if you have the privilege that you do meet a man like that, he does have options. So you have to be able to communicate with this man, know what you need and what you're bringing to the table, living in your femininity, being soft. And those are the things that man's looking for. You don't want your money. You don't care about your degrees. You don't care about none of this. It's great if you had it, but that doesn't make you better than your competition. So
I think his real question is, if you listen to it again, listen.
All right.
If it is acceptable for a beautiful woman to use her looks and charm to attract a high-value man. So if it's acceptable for a woman to use her looks and charms to use a man, shouldn't it be acceptable for a handsome man to use his looks and charm to attract a high-value woman?
So is he asking that if a woman is using her looks to get men, that the man should use his looks and have just as many women and take advantage of it too?
Yes, that's what he's saying.
I mean, that's kind of a personal preference. I mean, I think every man, if you are high value, if you are above, you go through that season, you'll have that season, but it gets old after a while.
Listen,
especially at this age. I will tell you, at this age, you listen, I'm 52 and I've dated more than probably the average person in the last 8 to 10 years. And it gets to a point where you just go like, I don't care to do that anymore. You don't go out anymore. You don't chase them anymore. You start looking for value. You start looking for the things that you want, especially if you are a high value man. You start going, you know what, banging chicks all day ain't it. It's just that you have to grow as a man. So, and
if you using your looks and charm to attract a high value woman, what are you, like a hobo? Like, what are you looking for, somewhere to live? Why would you be using your looks and your charm to attract a high value woman? Because the only reason why you would want to attract a high value woman, are you saying it's because you want to use her? Or are you saying this and you're a high value man and you want to use your looks and your charm to attract somebody equal to you? But it sounds like to me, you want to use your looks and your, like women, it's dead wrong for us to use our looks and our charm to attract a high value man because we know what we're doing. So it's dead wrong already because we should just like people for who they are and all of that other good stuff. But for a man to want to use his looks and charms to attract a high value woman, what are you, like a gold digger? I'm
gigolo.
Right.
Sounds gigolo-ish to me, but I ain't
heard that word in a long time.
Yeah, I'm sure my age.
But that's the word.
Yeah, somebody said give it gigolo.
Yeah.
We all old on here.
Yeah, that's why we're here. So no, it's not okay to be a gigolo, if that's your question. You should have your own, especially y'all know we cater to Generation X and baby boomers.
I will say this. Try to be honest. Can you achieve the same goal by being honest? Then that lets you know if you got something going on there.
I like that. Okay, so if you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We are here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. If you are watching from any other platform, we will be on YouTube only starting on November 1st. And if you hear us reading comments, because the people who are watching on YouTube, we can actually bring their comments up on the screen. We can actually answer your questions as we go along. So we're going to get to our next segment. Are you ready for this, Lamar?
Yes, I am.
Let's sip on it. I'm drinking water.
Water? Okay. I'm back to my rum and juice.
So. I was drinking by myself last week, so drink by yourself this week.
I'm drinking by myself. I like this rum. I know rum. It gives me vacation vibes. So I'm cool with it.
Water in my SpaceX thermal. My sister works for SpaceX.
Oh, that's dope. What she do?
She's in admin.
Okay. She be seeing crazy stuff.
I can't say. No.
Outline.
Like 20 years though.
Oh. Hope she bought some
My
stuff.
dad used to work there when it wasn't called SpaceX. I can't remember what the name of it was, but my sister came through him.
Yeah, did she buy some stock?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm gonna say
she didn't have stock. Yes, sir. She stopped. Let me just say that. But nothing her business.
That's dope.
But my dad, whatever he did there, he could never tell us. Because I used to always ask when I was younger, like, what do you do? He's like, whatever it was, he couldn't tell us. So let's sip on it. So let's sip on a segment is where we talk about celebrity relationships. So let's bring this one up first.
Which me to say the things that I said last night. I know that I was wrong, but I apologize. Don't wanna put up a fight. It seems that lately we've been going through some things, and you don't wanna work it out.
So that was Tia Mowry. I think that's how you pronounce the name. You remember Tia and Tamara twins? Well, Tia said on her new show, a new reality show, that she divorced her husband to go find herself. But she said her husband was her first everything. She lost her virginity at 25 to him. She married him, and he was her first everything. Let me say this, and I want to say this, and I want women to really, the younger women who are listening, I want y'all to really, really listen to me right now, because I can speak on this because this happened to me, and I am not in any way judging Tia's decision to leave her husband. Let me say this. I got married when I was 21 years old, and I stepped out on my marriage when I was 31 or 32 years old, and I left because I went outside. I thought I had found somebody more fun. Let me tell you this, ladies. When you did it the right way, right? I met my ex when I was 17. I got married when I was 21. I became a mother when I was 25 with my first son and 30 with my second son. So I did things in the right order. I broke the generational curse only to get jaded and feel like I was missing something because God had sent me the right person at the right time. And I think that Tia got in her feelings and thought that she was missing something because her husband was her first everything. Let me say this to you. That's how it is supposed to be. Do not be jaded by society. Do not be jaded by your girlfriends who are babies' mamas. When God picked you, gave you a husband, lost your virginity to him, made you a wife, not a baby mama. You had your husband, your kids, you was on track with your life, and somehow social media made you want to go out here and be twerking and flirting and crying. It's not worth it. Let me just tell you that. The grass is not green on the other side. And if you guys see her, she's always crying all the time. Sometimes you have to stop, pause, and say, you know what? And I'm not saying that she's thinking this or anything. This is just my humble opinion before it's too late. I love my husband. I have a family unit. I miss my husband. My kids miss their father. We have structure. Let's see if we can work this out. Come back home, baby. And that's the reality of the situation. So many people think doing it the right way. When you see all these people outside living the wrong way, you want to run outside and think that you missed something. Like, girl, please, please.
That's the downside of social media. And I absolutely have no pity for Tia Mowry because her sister doesn't even deal with her. So she's not a good person in
Oh,
general. They are not sisters. They don't deal with each other. They don't talk to each other anymore. So something's going on with Tia that she would leave a perfectly good man for no reason. He's in a healthy relationship now. So I don't feel sorry for her. And I don't feel sorry for Jeannie or none of them chicks on that panel because they leave good men. They get good men and then they think it is something better out there or they deserve something or something. It's just like, you know, you don't. You had a good man, and I hope you never find another man because you like a good man.
No. We don't hope that. We don't hope that. We just hope that you learn a valuable lesson. Like, I'm telling you, I did this. Like, I'm serious. I don't hope that she never finds another man. I hope that she learns the lesson in this, and check it. I'll be 55. I haven't found another man. I haven't found a high value man like him. So I hope and I pray that you do, because she in her 30s now, I believe. No, 40. She might be 40. I hope and pray for you that, or just make a U-turn now. There's so many times in my life that I could have made a U-turn. There was so many signs and so many times that I could have just pumped my brakes and said, you know what? You made a terrible mistake. Stop.
You
Let
know
your
what?
pride go and again, I don't know her husband, so we're not gonna say he was a perfect man.
Right.
But if he was a decent man, it's never too late to make a U-turn. My mother used to say that to me when I was creeping and she was sick. She was just like, yo, it's never too late to make a U-turn. Like, you going in the wrong direction. Baby, you need to skirt.
And like you said, you had a girlfriend that really, told you to stand on business and stuff like that. I think that she just needs to, she's not healed. She doesn't come across like she's done the work to heal. That's the difference between you and her. Healing, accepting accountability, and understanding, I won't make that mistake anymore. And she hasn't done any of that. I don't get the feeling that she's working on herself. She just, oh, pity party me, I made a mistake. No, own it.
Yeah.
And teach other younger women not to make that mistake. You have a platform. So talk to these women and say, I messed up. I left a good man. Don't do this.
Right.
That's growth as a person. That's what you should be doing.
And I just want to say, I don't know him, and I'm never saying anybody is perfect, but if you had a decent man, I would suggest that you really take some time to reevaluate this and do exactly what Lamar said and learn from it and teach somebody else. So we praying for you, Tia, because every time I see her, she's crying. And I'm just like, it's okay to cry, but just go and work on yourself and get it together, and going on a reality show and showing up and doing all of these things as opposed to, working on yourself is not going to help you. They are 46 years old now. Oh, wow. Are they 46? Whoa, that's crazy.
The thing is, you never hear from him. You never hear from Jeezy. You never, and you know what? And that lets you know that those men were better than them. Those men were grown-ass men. Just like Omarion, grown-ass man. His wife drug him through the mud in public, and that dude didn't reply. He didn't care. I was like, man, I gotta be like this guy. Shit.
Yeah, listen, as the people say, no reply is a reply. No response is a response. Yeah. So we pray for you, Tia. So I'm gonna pull up this next celebrity thing that I want you to see. And we're gonna talk about this for a second too.
The fact that I'm stranded in Oklahoma with no hotel, no car. RJ literally snatched Halo off the ground, walked out, hopped in the car, and left. Didn't tell me where they were going, didn't tell me when they were back, didn't take any of his stuff. He's not allowed to do that. Just traveled, got up at 5 a.m., took a 13-month-old on the plane. Just had to get off the phone with the police And I had to describe what my child was wearing, my 13-month-old was wearing. It's crazy to me because you're...
Fuck, I'm talking to you, bitch. Please. Man, I don't care if you have me on recording. I could care less. I just don't want to, what I'm afraid of, because of who you are, as me, like, taking it, and then you, like, fighting me off of him, and then you like, oh my God, you abused me.
No, I wouldn't do... First of all, you have laid hands on me before, so...
Nigga, get the fuck out of
You
here.
have.
That stupid shit.
I have pictures of it.
I know.
And text messages of it.
You have pictures of it right here?
Yeah, and you text me
Who the fuck is
talking
gonna
about
care
it.
about that?
Who's gonna care?
There's
Who's gonna care?
Bro, there are bruises of, you know what, I don't even have to get into that.
But they came from your hands.
Of course they did.
Okay.
Did I punch you? Did I slap you?
Just because you
Did I
didn't punch me
and slap
doesn't mean
Shut
that's
the fuck up.
okay. Wow.
Halo.
I'm gonna pause it right there for 1 second. So this is the basketball player, RJ. I forgot his last name. He's a young man. He's 23 years old. And he has
it's not RJ Barrett. That's not RJ Barrett.
He's 23 years old, and I wrote his name down somewhere. Okay. And his baby's mother brought their child to Oklahoma because he had visitation from 8 to 8. And she came to Oklahoma. In the first part of the video, she was crying that she came all the way there. He didn't get her a room. She don't have a room. You come all the way to Oklahoma and you don't have money to pay for a room for yourself. Number one, that's not his responsibility. Number two, she said she had to call the police. And you called the police and he did not kidnap his child. He had visitation with that child from 8 to 8. And you made yourself look like a victim because he did not want to talk to you. Now, his language speaking to her was wrong, but from her taunting him in that hotel in the lobby, you give this man his kid and you walk away. You don't get to tell him what to do with his kid. And I'm so tired and afraid for men when they have to deal with women like this. And she talked about how she had bruises on her arm right here, Lamar. And he said, and then he stopped. But the reason why she had bruises on her arm, and this is what I believe, is because he was holding her arms because she was hitting him. So he was squeezing her arms, and that's how the bruise. That's why he said, yeah, right, because I was holding because you, and then he said, just forget it. I'm not going to explain it. So I'm sure he explained it to his attorney. But women have to stop taunting men. And this young man is 23 years old, and he had rights to see his child from 8 to 8. You called the police on this man like he was a kidnapper, a black man. You called the police on him like he did something to you right now, when what you were supposed to do was drop his child off to him because you agreed to bring the child, whether it was 5 o'clock in the morning, and then you said he left with no bottle. I hope that this is this man's child. Just like you know what to do with your child. You don't think he knows what to do with his child? And then you're taunting him in this hotel room.
Wow. At the end of the day, the fact that you can sit here and allow... No, because your child has been traveling since 5 a.m. He's been traveling. It is now 7:26 p.m.
Now she's saying it's 7:26 p.m. She's been in the hotel lobby from 2 o'clock. He's not due to bring the child back until 8, but you called the police. Mm-hmm. But you called the police on this man, and he has visitation because you didn't like the way the interaction went with you and him. That has nothing to do with him getting his visitation. Nothing. And you think because you got a basketball player that he's supposed to pay for your hotel and put you up in the room, you're supposed to be flossing for the day in Oklahoma. No, you got on the plane because you got on the plane and brought this man's child to him. And you should have said, I can't do that because I don't have money. But you thought you were getting something out of the deal. And all of the people in the comment were ripping him apart. Oh, he said that he bruised her arms. But y'all don't even know the whole story. He bruised her arms because I know women like this, because I have nephews and I have sons who had women who were attacking them where they had to hold their arms to keep themselves safe. And of course, if you squeeze somebody's arms while you're holding them, it's going to leave marks. So I just think that this just enraged me so much that she's sitting in this lobby at 7:30 and he's not due back until 8, and she's making this big pity party about herself. like this man did something to her, and everybody in the comments have the audacity to make like she's the victim. You looked up who it was?
Yeah, RJ Hampton.
RJ Hampton, yes.
He's not, I mean, he's so young. He's not even in the NBA. He's in the G League. So he's probably not making a bunch of money and stuff like that. So she probably thought there was a payday coming because he was in the NBA, and he's not. He's in the G League. So he's not making a bunch of money. So it's, she probably feel like she's entitled to something. I mean, these athletes, these rappers and stuff like that, it's like, listen, dude, you're gonna sleep around, man. You gotta protect yourself. You can't keep making kids with all these women out here. And then, I mean, at some point, this young man's gonna fall in love with a real woman, and now he's gonna have to still deal with this baggage of a woman that's gonna put pressure on his marriage.
Of course.
As he grows as a man, he's 30, 32 years old. As he grows into a man, he's gonna have to deal with this problem for the next 18 years with this woman.
But no, this is what I'm going to say about that. And this is why men check out, unfortunately, and I'm not advising any man to give up on his kid, but this is why so many men walk away, because this type of drama for 18 years, that baby is 13 months, she said. Nobody wants to come and meet with you every time they see you in this drama for 18 years. So many men check out and say, you know what? I love my child, but what I'm not going to do, like he said in the video, he said, I'm staying over here because you're going to play the victim. You're going to come near me, and I'm going to have to hold your arms to keep you from swinging and hitting me, and your arms are going to get bruised, and then you're going to play the victim like I'm bruising you, and then you're going to play this like I just actually said that I abused you. Like he said, did I punch you? Did I slap you? Because he was trying to make a point, and she was just trying to antagonize him. And I'm so sick of people not standing up for the young man while this woman is antagonizing him. Give him his baby and go. You should have pushed the stroller to him with the diaper bag and said, I'll see you at 8 o'clock. No, you want to sit there in his face. Hey, you know what you did? And like, why are you even doing that to him? Who's not going to get angry?
I'm trying to look him up and see where. I don't even see the team he's on.
Right, but who's not going to get angry when you're antagonizing them and when you're pushing their buttons on purpose? And all he wanted to do was take his son. All you had to do was put the boy in the stroller, give him the stroller, and say, I'll see you at 8 o'clock. But you called the police. Oh, he snatched him off the floor. He didn't snatch him. He picked his son up and he left. You made this whole big stink on TikTok. He snatched him up. No, he didn't snatch him up. He didn't kidnap him. He was supposed to be there to see his son from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And you made it seem like on TikTok all day that this man kidnapped his child. And do you know the trouble that you could have caused him if the police rolled up on him in his car with that baby? Do you know that they're killing black men for nothing?
Got to make better choices, man. Who you lay down with.
That's true. But we still have to hold these women accountable, and we still have to hold the system accountable to say, you can't just listen to her because she's white.
True.
Just because she's white don't make her right. This is a young black man who made him a bad decision to have a baby with this woman. And this is a young white woman that made a bad decision to have a baby with him. So let's hold both of them accountable. And he did not kidnap his kid. He took his child and went from 8 to 8 and brought the baby back on time.
That's sad.
It is. So that just...
He got 18 years of that.
No, I promise you. This is why so many men walk away. And young men say, I met my father when I was 16. I met my father when I was 9. I met my father when I was 17. Because your mother was a menace, and nobody wants to deal with that.
Yep. So
we just pray for our young men, and we have to teach our young men too.
It's unfortunate.
Marriage is not till death do us part. Having a kid with somebody is till death do us part. So you have to be very, very, very careful of who you have a kid with. So
Absolutely.
if you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We were doing our segment, Let's Sip on That. And there's our celebrity relationship news that we talk about. We're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. We used to be here at 8, but we're here at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to get to our next segment, which is Beauty and the Beast. This is our health and wellness segment where we give you a health and wellness tip for the week, and we hope that you use it. So, Lamar, what is your tip for the week?
My tip for the week is that I have figured out that let's say you're a man above the age of 50, our testosterone starts to go down. You notice men that have bigger bellies, that is a indication that your testosterone is going down. That's where it's the fat is stored in your belly.
Ladies.
So
hold on. Wait a minute. Ladies, if you see a man with a bigger belly,
he's probably not beating your back out. So,
take the nugget. I'm not saying that all of them, but
message. So what I've learned is that if you are a man and you are approaching your lower testosterone, you should get it checked. A guy told me a good number is about mid 500s. Magnesium is something that will help you, gentlemen. So it says magnesium is help increase testosterone levels that can help improve sex drive and muscle growth.
Oh. So ladies, if your man is not,
if he ain't wham bam, thank you. Put a little magnesium in his food.
He may need some magnesium. You ain't got to put it in his food. Just had a conversation and said, babe.
Maybe you need some pills. But there's a lot of things men can do to raise it. So testosterone is the key to treat ED because there's a restriction of blood flow. So if there's a restriction of blood flow, you have to do things, cold showers, cod liver oil, beets, things of those nature, increase blood flow. Blood flow,
increase erection.
Helps an erection.
Okay. Well, that was good news. There's hope. There's hope for us, ladies.
I just hope I don't wake up one day and my boy looks at me and goes, "It's been fun serving you."
Oh no! You guys be drinking your beet juice and
listen. I do a lot of things like stretching and frog poses and yoga and all that type of stuff. I've been accused that, unfortunately, I do a lot of things for sexual advantages.
You have to do work because don't nobody want to run into none of that. So let me just get to my health and wellness tip. My health and wellness tip is I am a plant person. So plants give you good oxygen in your home. And if you want good oxygen in your room, get you a nice snake plant in your room. And it will give you good, clean oxygen the natural way because we have a lot of toxins and different things in the air. So if you have plants in your home, but especially one in your bedroom, a snake plant will definitely enhance your breathing and your oxygen. So that is our Beauty and the Beast segment where we give you a wellness tip every week to take with you into your next week and to teach it to somebody else.
Yep.
So now we are going to get to our final thought because we're a little bit over our time, but that's okay. What is your final thought for the day, Lamar?
Final thought. Embrace your kink. Embrace it. Don't make your partner feel bad about their kink. You have to create a space they can talk to you. Vice versa. This is not a man or a woman thing. Embrace it, hear them out, and find a happy median. That's it. And I guarantee you, whoever is exposing themselves with that kink will love you for it.
My final thought is, ladies, side chicks and side dudes, F around and find out. It is not safe out here in these streets to be messing around with somebody's man, clearly somebody's woman, because we heard from one of our viewers that she handled it in the street way. So listen, respect, but seriously though, let's start just respecting each other's relationships, men and women. If you know that a person is in a relationship, and of course we all know, so I don't want nobody to say this because I already know what y'all thinking, especially women. I'm not the one that's in the relationship. He the one disrespecting his relationship. Let's be adults and let's be the highest version of ourselves. And we know that we would not want anybody to do that to us. And we wouldn't say, well, my husband, we would think to ourselves that everybody would be a decent human being and would respect our relationship. So what you want done to you, do to others. Stay out of other people's relationships. If a man says, I have a wife, but it's complicated, or a woman says, I have a husband, but it's complicated, tell them, you know what? Go fix that complication and leave me out of it. Nobody wants to step in the shit.
Yep.
And so many of us do it. And I don't know why. So listen, stay out of people's relationships. That's my final thought. So we will be back here next week at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Looking for Love. I am your host, Trey Kearney. This is my co-host,
Lamar Hall.
We thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have a question or a comment, or you would like to advertise with us, we have to thank our sponsor for this episode, Jazzy Expressions. That is where I got this t-shirt from. Let me let y'all see. Jazzy. My favorite color, purple. Loyalty is when you have my back behind my back. So thank you, Jazzy Expressions. If you would like to have t-shirts made, you can contact Deborah at Jazzy Expressions, JAZZEEXPRESSIONS @gmail.com. And you can also call at 804-683-5192 and tell Lamar and Trey sent you.
Yeah.
And we will see you guys next week. We love you. We appreciate you. Hold on. We got a couple comments. We don't want to leave them off. Mike Jennings said it on his song Statistics. If he would cheat on her, that means he would cheat on you. Yes. Come on now. We got some brothers in the building. It's time for all of us to grow up and stop saying, I'm not the one that's disrespecting a relationship. In Jesus' name, we love you. Come on now. We growing here.
Hey,
Bertram Gage. Is that you, BM Gage? Thank you so much for your comments. Again, we will see you next week. We love you. Thank you for tuning in. Share. Let people know about the New You Nation Network YouTube channel and Looking for Love. And please be sure to subscribe. We'll see you next time. Peace and blessings. Oh, hey, BM Gage. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Peace and blessings.